own genius.
I'm supposed to put every session anyway. I'll send it as soon as it's done when it
Beautiful.
renders. So what did you think of that? The reason I wrote that is because I find when many people join me, they want to work with me, what they end up doing is trying to change what they do instead of focusing on what they are thinking. And it's not about what you do.
It's about what you.
So you notice the transformation Romans 12 speaks of is a transformation of self by the renewing of the mind, not transformation of self by changing clothes, changing jobs, hustling. Do you get it? It's a transformation that's informed through an intangible. We are so used to living by the tangible. It's difficult by the intangible. And God is intangible. You are intangible. Is intangible. Is intangible. The air is intangible. So it is learning how to live from that place.
Yeah.
Do you get that, or do you have a question or a comment or addition? You know.
Oh yes. For a long time, honestly, I had, I thought I knew these things we were talking about. And I'd listened closely to Dr. Samadi Emi for years, because and he would always say that, that success starts within than without. In fact, I customized like 2 shirts that have that on it. But do you know that the more I thought about it, the truth is, I had not really thought so deeply about it like now that we've been having that. I mean, I've been on the group, you've been dropping some things, what he always said was that, like I think I once shared this with you, that our environment catches up with our environment, that our environment catches up with our environment. So yes, a lot of people work on the outside, but they don't work on the inside. And if there's anything that I must sincerely say that you've helped me with lately, and I was really confess, was I started believing I was worth something. I started really digging. Yes, honestly, I'm serious. I started digging in, and my self-esteem actually started rising. You won't believe it. Yes, I'm being serious. Because if you're like somebody like me who has been adding value to people for years, and nobody, like you rightly said, nobody compliments you, nobody says thank you. You do it because you have a conscience. You just believe, I'm having impact on people. Nobody truly comes to you sometimes to truly say, what, you're worth this. This is what you deserve. I've been doing a lot of free things, giving out a lot of free value, and all they say is, you blessed me, you inspired me. I remember the first time somebody approached me. I didn't know they were from a church. I didn't even know. So it was a junior brother of the pastor that approached me and said he wanted me to speak to the young people. And we were talking about the speaking fees. How much was it? For that, I didn't know it was church, because my actual practice is I don't charge churches. I mean, till today, I still don't believe in it. That's just me, though. I know some people do, but I just don't. And the next thing I heard was the brother who was a pastor went about telling people everywhere that this man wants to charge money. Imagine, he wants to charge us. And it spread over the whole of Ibadan at that time, and it was really hurtful for me, because I didn't know it was his church. If I knew, I would have, they didn't come to me. So I'm saying that the kind of environment I had been in, was such that, they don't value what you have, and, they don't say thank you. So it didn't allow me to place any value on myself and what I could, offer, but at the point in time, I think things started changing. But when I met you, and the first thing you said to me was, when will you start charging in millions? I was like, God, I was thinking it, but here was somebody, and this was coming from an unexpected source, somebody I was meeting for the first time, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of things for people, but I mean, I'm here meeting you for the first time, and you're telling me, Uncle Afa, are you charging in millions? You are worth it. You know, that hit me like a rock. It hit me hard. I was sincere with you. And I got home. I told my wife, I said, no. I said, no. Something, I said, no. Something is happening to me. And for the first time in years, can I be sincere? I started thinking, oh yeah, so all this money, that this value you've been placing on yourself, so it's truly worth it. It's truly worth it. You deserve this thing. You deserve this thing. Stop telling yourself that, you know, you're not this, you're not that, you're not, you know, and, you know, like, I remember Sivari said it, but it never sunk for me. He would say that, you know, he would say that, you know, that he would say, I'm not bragging. He said, this is not boasting. He said, but I'm valuable. You know, but and he said, you know, that he came across to a lot of people like he was arrogant and all that. Then one day he said, you know, I brought him on my, you know, he's like a brother to me. I brought him on my program, and he said it loud, and, you know, to people, and he said, you know what? He said, I don't care what people say. I don't care what they say about me. He said, I'm not being proud about it. He said, I'm just simply saying that I am priceless. I'm valuable. And that, you know, that if you're lucky, if you are lucky to get me, then you know that, I mean, I'm not cheap. You know, the way we say, you know, like, this guy, and who Paul now, can you go now? You know, those kind of things. God, when we like get to this level, when and then, you know, then sometimes I want to say it, and then I'm thinking, hey, she want to be so proud, but they don't say we are proud again like this, you know. But sincerely, somebody reached out to me recently and wanted to book me. Sorry, I'm ranting, but I'm just talking, you know, just saying my mind. You know, and yeah, thank you, ma. You know, and you know, somebody reached out to me, right? And the person said, oh, we want you to come speak. A mentor of mine had recommended me, and I gave him my engagement form. And this guy refused to feel the money part of it and all that. And honestly, to be candid, I'm not about money, but recently I just felt, these people, the same thing, they just keep doing the same thing to me. You know, so I said, Uncle, how come you didn't feel the speaking fee aspect and your budget and everything? And then he was like, I said, no. I'm not going to pour water into my tank to drive down with my team to come speak at your event. So I told him, I know that it's not going to work that way. You have to state it. I'm not going to just waste my time. And guess what? You know what he said? He said, you just tell us if it's reasonable, something. So I told him, I said, Uncle, I said, I'm sorry for starters. I said, right now it's 300,000 naira within Ibadan and 500,000 in Lagos. And then the guy said, wow. I said, yes. I said, because of the person that you came through, I said, I'm going to let you name a figure. If it doesn't make sense, though, I'll tell you straight off. And then the guy was like, wow. And then he changed from the normal thing he was saying to sir. Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. And I was like, Abba, so the fact that I named a good price, that one gained me respect in your eyes. I mean, it changed. The tone of conversation changed immediately to sir. I was like, Jesus. So, you know, a lot of people think that a lot of us are hungry. Why? Because we don't place value on ourselves. You know, and I think that's part of it. So really, I'm really beginning to seriously dissect myself. I told people, I said, well, I'm undergoing surgery right now. I said, I'm under. They said, which? I said, I'm under the knife. They said, what kind of surgery? I said, it's thought surgery. I need it, you know, because the truth is we are limited by our thoughts. We are the ones that limit our lives. We are limited. We have put ourselves in a thought prison, and we don't know. And we can never amount to anything in life unless we seriously, dissect ourselves. And I just keep asking myself every single day, what do you really want? Some of us were so raised up under limitations that we cannot truly express our desires. Like, I'm sorry when I say some of us, I'm talking about me. I'd never, at the point I had to continually ask, what do you desire? What do you want? And then you desire some things and you think, I don't deserve it. No, enough of that crap. Enough of it. It has stopped. I deserve it. I am worthy. I deserve it. Yes. A mentor called me and said, Nii, you deserve to drive a Prado at your level now. I said, yes, Lord. I deserve it. I deserve it. No, enough is enough of saying things like we don't deserve, I don't deserve, I don't. No. I'm done. I'm done. The blessings of the Lord make it rich and add no sorrow. It's the blessings of the Lord. It's not my hustle. It's not about how hard I work. It is the blessing of the Lord. And I deserve his blessing. If he says I'm his child, then I deserve his blessing. And because I deserve his blessing, then I'm worthy of the things that are of good things, greater things. And beautiful thing he said, my thoughts are even bigger than your thoughts. So I know that whatever I'm even thinking is small compared to what he wants for me. And I'm not going to limit him anymore. I'm not going to stop him anymore. Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. Fatima! How are you? Good to have
you. So good to see you. How have you been? Good evening, everyone.
Everyone say hello. Adiola and Fatima are in the first cohort. Dr. Alfred is joining in the second. Fatima is Hausa. We're going to, and I know Ginikachi is Igbo, so when we all speak our languages, just translate it to English. So I hope we didn't lose Fatima, because I know Dr. Atiba was translating as we went along.
Yes, I did. And then I enjoyed all of the conversations.
Yes. Adiola, you were muted.
Yes, I did. I wanted to say something. Dr. Atiba, do you know that saying? And it's a Yoruba saying. Irinisi ni sonilojo.
In English?
In English.
That the way you are seen is the way you are treated. Like you can't dress like a suspect and expect to be treated like a prospect.
Okay. So basically, it's the way you present yourself. It's not, don't put the thing don't put the responsibility on the person who is seeing you. You have to take responsibility for the way you present yourself.
True.
Right.
True.
Okay, I just wanted to add that.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I must confess that, for somebody like me, despite my achievements, and this is a weird thing. When they said that Michael Jackson was depressed in the later times of his life, I started to understand it. I've achieved a lot of things in my life to the glory of God. But can I confess that I had battled, and I didn't know. But recently I started really checking it. Self-esteem issues, whether we like it or not, I don't know, but sometimes, maybe because of the background, maybe because of where some of us climbed out from, and we started having, it was, we would actually call it humility, would call it all sorts of names, but that's not the real name. So, we call it humility, but it's not humility. No, it's just low self-esteem.
Yep.
And you understand. It's low confidence. It's when you don't have confidence in yourself and you say you are humble. It's not humility. It's not humility to know that you are valuable. It's not humility to know that you are the best person for the job. That's not humility. That's humility. And that's and it doesn't make sense. So so I'm having to accept it. And you're right. You're right. I'm starting to accept that honestly, the way we have been treated is not the fault of the people that are treating us. It's the way we project ourselves. And unfortunately for us, our self-esteem is being projected physically and we don't know. That's where the real problem is. We don't know. But when we begin to become aware of that, and I've started becoming aware of that, you know what? This is who I am. I'm valuable. I deserve to be treated with respect. I deserve to be honored. I deserve what, so, with those things, and I honestly, my life started changing, So, but these things are just really coming to, but the things that we're doing now is really, going deep into me and allowing me to reach into my innermost self. I mean, and really, treat all these things that are foundations that have been faulty. And I'm glad that this is happening now so that I can help my children also, because they must not go through what I've gone through. They must not, in the false sense of we treat them, forcing them and telling them you have to be humble, and then we begin to teach them, low self-esteem, and all those things. No, it's rubbish. I've seen how rich people behave. I've seen how royalty behave. I've seen how the other people behave, and you see it. You see it. You see the confidence with which they walk, they talk, and they express themselves. And I realize that it's not the money. No, it's not the money. It's just an attitude. It's a mindset. So yeah, So thank you.
Thank you. Gosh, Dr. Atiba is on a roll. He's like, I'm out here and I'm smashing buildings. No more tables. Fatima, please go ahead. Your hand is up. Welcome, Dr. Louisa.
Hi, Doctor. Good evening. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. Thank you, Dr. Alfred.
Welcome, Dr. Louisa. Thank you for being here. Yeah, go ahead, Fatima.
Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Alfred, for shedding more light on the perspective of self-esteem. I just wanted to share an interesting experience that I've had lately that led me to taking, or rather, I'm about taking a decision. I've had engagement with Dr. Louisa and Coach Kemi for a while, and they know at least what I've done. When we talk about work experience, when we talk about experience, skills, and all. So I was at a point, just my previous job, I was in a place that I could say I was celebrated. Like I was in a space that gave me an opportunity to grow.
Fatima, I forgot to welcome Winifred. Hello, Winifred. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
So can I proceed?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not too sure she heard me, but go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, great. I was in a place that I was growing. I was feeling it. I was seeing it. I was respected. I had everything, like that place that gave you the opportunity to grow. That was just what it is. My welfare was of utmost importance to the organization that I worked for. Anything that has to do with my growth is a welcome idea. That was the person that I used to be. Interestingly, that was the person that the current CEO of the place that I work saw and got attracted to, designed a project. As part of the design, saw my CV as a perfect fit for that, used my CV, got the money. After the money, I was invited to just have 1 or 2 interviews, some form of formalities to get on the project, to lead the project. It is a program, and then there are 2 different leads for 2 different programs under a manager. It happened to be that I started. The first thing I did, and that is one thing that Dr. Alfred mentioned, is that thing about value. The first mistake I made was I was offered a pay which I knew that deep down was not worth it. I am far, far, far above that. But because I was moving to a new location and I thought, okay, let me just give it a time and then try to take the offer after, probably thinking I was smart, not knowing that I was walking into a fire. I walked into that place. First, that value dropped. Okay, she has accepted it. That means probably she's not even anything to write home about. I took that offer. I started the job. And then that is where the frustration started for me. I am faced with everything. I am telling you, I wake up some days to go to work and my heart is beating so fast. I don't know if anyone has experienced that. Everything about my self-esteem. I know that I come onto programs like this. I've had other participants who say, hey, Fati, you speak so well. I know that one thing that attracted me to, or attracted Coach Kemi to me, was feeling, Fati, you're kind of people, you are different. You speak well. I know she says that to me. Coach Kemi, do you know I got to a point that when I speak, my tongue twists out of lack of confidence? Wow. That was the person that place began to bring out of me. Like I was not recognized, not appreciated. Every information was held, and then I have to go, a project that I need, I have to go and start begging, and then it's being given to me in piecemeal. So just someone wants to hold the power by fire, by force, and then just to make me fall into that nothingness, if there's any word like that. Like I just have to be nothing. And then I held on until the point that I think I'm at this place that I've made the decision to leave. I haven't yet left the place, but I'm telling you that is what I experienced. So now the thing is, I heard Adiola mention something about is what you present yourself. I can sometimes disagree because I went there, like, obviously, with all humility, they know that money is not what is keeping me. Few people there drive the car that I drive. I dress well. I know I have that beautiful sense of style with everything that I am. So sometimes I connect it because I am the only Muslim lady in that position. Is it about my religion? Is it someone trying to prove a point to me? I've been in beautiful communities. I've been here. I saw this meeting and I jumped into it because I know it's my place. I truly just wanted to see you people's faces. But this is the kind of place that I know I've been, that I'm the only person that identify as Fatima, and I still call it home. So why is it different? So sometimes you do what you can from your end, but someone would try because probably you are a threat, because for some reason try to bring the side of you. I tell you that I speak and my tongue twists. I am given a mic, I shiver, I don't know what to say because someone has made me feel like I have nothing in my head. Until I got a tap, until I started consulting people, this is what I'm facing. And they're like, girl, this is not the place for you. Work on your exit. And I've already made my time, made my decision. I am leaving. I'm just giving it a bit of time. Whether I get, I know I'm going to get another opportunity, but I'm already working on things that I have to. In fact, I'm long overdue to lead teams that are branded like under Fatima's name. I'm not even made for working for anyone, I think, anymore. But that is my experience. People do experience this kind of thing. Someone somewhere, like I know that probably I gave it a chance, but I tried. I am not that person. If I were in another place that you saw me and got attracted and asked me to come and join your team just for you to be the same person that brings me down, then is it all about me? So that's the experience. Sometimes this thing about self-esteem, you push, you try, but I understand as well, should get to a point that you say, no, this is the end of it for me. This is the end of the road for me. I can't take it anymore. But sometimes before you get that tap, you have fallen to the rock bottom. So I think it's a two-way thing. Sometimes it's not all about you. Sometimes some people just try to make life difficult for you. And unless you are awakened, you will fall for that trap. And I'm telling you, if not for the good people that I have around, that could have been my end. I know what I faced. It's terrible. I could say that place, it's extremely toxic. The most toxic experience I've ever had. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Fatima. And I hear the passion in your voice, and I also hear the pain and the struggle. As within, so without. You cannot have what you have today that has materialized if you did not create it from within. So with a close group of people that are related to me, I'd always felt that I wasn't anything because I don't own this car and I don't own a house and I don't own this. Oh, you know, sometimes I have money, sometimes for years, decades, I'd always thought that that's how they treat me, that's how they talk to me. And yes, they did treat me that, they did talk to me that way. And so I started reacting. I did not act, I reacted because I kept thinking, oh, that's how they will come. They will say this about me. I kept thinking the same way till I realized that, Kemi, you are creating what you're getting. Not that they were not doing that. Oh, yes, they were. But toxicity, blaming, looking down on a person and all that is a lower energy than being the one that looks at whatever is happening and saying, it really doesn't matter. I know who I am. I learned something new a few days ago. It does not matter what you're about to embark on. It does not matter how people talk to you, look at you. Always see, never think that that person is talking to you rudely. Even if they are rude, look for some good in it. It's a way of thinking. Because you will actually change what's happening. My own junior sister, same father, same mother, we had a spate and she had to travel for a few days, about 3 days. Before she traveled for about 2-3 days, she stopped talking to me. She would walk past me. I thought, I don't do that. Like, we're sisters, what's this? So I started thinking about how we are laughing together, we are talking. But every time in the morning, good morning, I would say to her, good morning. What happened? I'm older than you, and I said, don't do something, you're getting upset. You can't be getting upset now. There is no need, but I didn't talk about it. She traveled and came back and was talking to me, was coming in and out of my room that she stopped coming to. She was chatting with me because I had created it. As within, so without. As within, so without. We create it. So it doesn't mean those people are not doing wrong things. It's how you think about it that determines how it affects you. So I've been listening to one young man who he's black, he wears a bandana, he wears dark glasses, and he's teaching on what I teach. I found him on YouTube a few days ago, and I wasn't surprised. I didn't find him. It came to me because I needed an answer, and I just asked God the day before, like, I don't understand this. I need answers. That video, you create what you want, and it comes instantly, depending on how you think. So I started listening to him, and just before I came on, I was on YouTube and I saw a note from him on YouTube. You know, you can now type text. And he says, look, I've gone from 4,000 subscribers, 40,000 subscribers to 100,000 in 4 months. He said, I already was there. I'd already got 100,000. I told you people, and he put some information there, some evidence. He said, I told you that I was already at 100,000 before YouTube is showing me 100,000. So this guy had created what he wanted. He was not sitting and waiting for it to come. I'm not saying don't leave the office. I'm saying, like Adiola said, let's take responsibility for where we are. Because one, I keep saying nobody's a zombie. No one is a puppet. No human being can say, sit, stand, don't go, don't come. And then you are, oh, they put stuff on you. Only if I allow it, like I did with these relatives of mine. When I started thinking differently, they started treating me differently because I created the way they were treating me. As within, so without. let it be on earth as it is in heaven. There is a way it is in heaven. Think on that and you will get it on earth. This thing is so simple. It's so easy. It's easy to get wealthy. That's what I found out. You just become, money will be coming from places like, how? Because you've seen it, you've created it, and you've received it. You've seen it, you've created it, and you've received it. Everything you need is already available. You are incapable of thinking of what does not already exist. It will be a poor, how do you say? Not poor people. Will be a poor human race, not tribe or country, human race. If we need to ask for what we need every day, if we need to wait for the manufacture of it, Kemi, these people, the reason you are stuttering is because of the way you're thinking and it's affecting your physical body. Everything that you think materializes. If you think, oh, I'm low, oh, they don't think I'm much to write home about. Yes, that's exactly what will show up. It took me ages to accept that. I said, no, this happened to me. No. You happen to things. Things don't happen to you. We happen to things. The most powerful place you can be is in your thinking, understanding that I know people find it so difficult. I just sit there and I think of, no, and then you maintain it. There's a lot that goes into it. And then you sustain yourself there and you maintain it and you keep going and you don't stop and you live in the thing that you desire. You don't live where you are because where you are is not the truth. It's not what you desire. If you desire to become next to the CEO in the organization, it will happen for you. I've just put out a course to work with women in corporate if they want to be promoted in the next 90 days. But then I said, my style is simple. Then I wrote something else. Okay, it's on my phone. It just came to me. After I'd written it, I posted it like in the morning, and then it was late afternoon. I said, I don't care. I'm not chasing anybody, and I'm not cheap. So it was interesting when Dr. Atiba was speaking about Steve Harris, and he said, yeah, I am who I am. Something just came on me. I'm not chasing you, and I am not cheap. I'm not working with anybody that's not willing to flow with me. I could see my face and I was typing ferociously, so if you are not ready to work with me, don't even talk to me. If you think, oh, it's too expensive, oh, it won't work, don't come around me because I don't flow in that energy. I don't flow in that, oh, you said this, I did. I don't have time for it. I don't flow in negotiation. It doesn't work. There's a lady who charges $1 million a year. She works with these CEOs and top guys. $1 million. She didn't start at $1 million. One small lady. She didn't start at $1 million, but she now charges $1 million. You don't have to pay. Go away. And it is when you occupy that position, Fatima, and you say, I don't care. You don't even have to say to them the way you walk. So I'll give you a testimonial from one of my clients. She's still in corporate, young Ghanaian Black woman living and working in the UK. So she reached out to me on LinkedIn and she said, I've seen you before. I wanted to work with you before, but I really need to because all the people I started with in Accenture is a finance company. They have all left. We all came in as consultants. I'm the only one left. And we were all Black. And I'm the only one left. Why? I said, it has to do with how you're thinking. You're still there because you want to be there. And her job was to go to another bank. So she would come into our office, clock in, do whatever, and then go to another bank and help and serve in a particular department. That's how Accenture works. So they put their consultants in different areas. She had her first session. And in her first session, I said, you're going to change. Your face is going to change. The way you walk is going to change. The way you see people is going to change. And now I didn't know as much as I know now. So it was like 2-3 years ago. And she said, no, 4 years ago. And she said, oh, okay. She sent me a frantic testimonial the day after. She walked into her office and as she was walking in, she met up with her boss. And her boss was coming towards her and she said, good morning. He stopped. He said, you're different. She looked down, she didn't remember I said so at that point. She looked at herself like, different? She thought, oh, am I wearing clothes I haven't worn before? No, I've worn this hair before. Oh, different. She tried to remember what's her face like, lipstick, earrings, her hair. She said, no, I've always come like this, he said, no, you look different. Then she said, after she left him, she got to her office and she thought to herself, oh, Kemi said so. Then she started thinking, what did the man say? Because he saw something. It wasn't fake. He saw something. She said, Kemi, it wasn't what I wore. It wasn't my lipstick. She said, there was a way I walked in. I noticed. She said, there was a way I walked in, like, I'm here. I've arrived. I'm going to do my work. So as we worked through the 3 months, she'll be going into that other bank, leave, come clock out, and go home. But her esteem, I've never seen it as esteem, grew. We never said esteem, but she knew that as we were going through the sessions, she was a bit low and down on herself. That, oh, I'm the only Black person here. I'm still a consultant. I've been here how many years? Everybody else, all my colleagues have gone to higher levels. They've all, She was working in another bank. This was her last day. She was done. She said she was walking out and the department came running after her and said, okay, that's Dr. Atiba, came running after her and said, took her to a corner in the corridor and said, we want to retain you. You know you come from Accenture, but we want to retain you. How much do you want us to pay? So she got on the phone and was talking to me. Kemi, I didn't know about to tell them. I wasn't expecting that. He said, we really like you and we like the way you work. What should I tell them? I said, 100,000 pounds per annum. I said, why are you asking? I thought we had agreed on that. He said, 100,000 pounds per annum. And then if they want to negotiate, let's see. But we're going to for 100,000 pounds per annum. She said, okay. I'll go and tell them. This was somebody that started out with, I want to be promoted. She got it. Everything about how she thought about herself changed. So it affected her work. Because as we think, so with her. You know what I'll suggest you do, Fatima? I'm not saying don't leave, you can, but leave with a bang. Leave in a way they're going to say, lost a gem. Walk in tomorrow whenever next time you get to go to work and say, hello, I've arrived. You don't have to say anything. It's just the way you work, just the way you carry yourself. And that's from within. The same people that have been putting you down, they say whatever they say, you don't flinch, you don't move. And then you are thinking of yourself as someone that can't stutter. You cannot stutter. God made you, he made me, he does not stutter. When did you start stuttering? You don't stutter. You just say what you need to say, politely, kindly, firm. They don't have to like it. You're not moved by whether they like it, they don't like it. It's irrelevant, totally irrelevant. And you just keep doing your thing. And then, because you know you are created into abundance, not by money or in abundance in all things, money, shoes, clothes, houses, land, everything. You know whatever you do, because you are abundant, whatever you do has to be abundant. It goes without saying. Excellence, effectiveness, consistency, everything has to be solid, powerful, plenty, abundant. It has to be super abundant in quantity and superior in quality. You don't just do the work and sleep shoddy. Oh, we are in Nigeria. No, you show up abundant. You are not talking. This kind of man was not going around saying, you know, I'm great. I had another one, but she was Caucasian or Romanian in the UK. Again, working in a bank. And a Romanian bank. So they could understand each other's language. She had been there 6 years. She knew the work backwards, had applied numerous times to be head of risk, I think it was. They would hire somebody else, a white man in her place, bring him from out of the bank. She'd have been there. And then she has to give a report to the board every 2 weeks. She starts shaking. She says she'll not be able to talk. She'll hold the mic. She'll shake, then she'll burst into tears in front of all of them. Then she'll take an excuse, she'll go away, sort herself, I'll come back. She said, I never used to be like that, but now I'm not sure, I'm shaking. Kemi, I can't be crying and shaking like that, I need to stop. So I said, what do you want to do with me? She said, well, I want a promotion and I want to get my composure back. So we started working. That was 6 weeks. She got her composure back in 2 weeks. How do I know this? Because on LinkedIn, she was headhunted. Remember, she wanted a promotion. So there is a person that they will have to, there is a kind of person that will occupy that position. It's not just for anybody because they feel they are black or they are white or they are 6 years or they have 10 years, they deserve it. There is a way you smell. It's not what you say, it's how you think. How thinking creates a smell, an aroma around you that others will see and smell, and they say, yep, we want her there. It will inform what you say, how you say it. So she went for this job and they called her in for interview. She was headhunted, so she didn't apply. So she liked it and she said yes. Went for the first interview, said they like her. Called her for the second interview, said they like her. At the second interview, she said they're offering, she was earning 42,000 pounds per year. She wanted, I said, well, we are going for double that, as close to 100K as possible, definitely double that. She said, oh, after the second interview, the interviewer said, I really like you. Come for the final interview. But this is what we're offering, 74,000 pounds per annum. So I said, you need to go back to the recruiter and say, I actually want 84,000 pounds per annum. And the recruiter said to her, well, they'll never pay you that. This is what they're offering you. You've never earned that amount of money and you even want to top it. I was so upset. I said, next time you should just answer that recruiter and say, that's why you're the recruiter and I'm the one they're hiring. But we didn't get to say that. And so she got the job. So she got over 30,000 more than she was earning. Okay. So she got into the office the next day on Monday, and she wrote her resignation letter because she couldn't start for another 3 months. So they said, no, till in March, and this was November. She couldn't start till March because she wanted to pay off that bank. I'd helped her to where she was working. I'd given her a loan to go for a course. So the agreement was she would pay it off up to, by March, to be paid off, and that's all. It to be taken out of her salary. So she was almost done. So the guys that interviewed her said, we'll wait for you. We can't lose you. We'll wait. So she wrote her resignation letter. So it will coincide with how she has finished paying. She would have finished paying. And she handed it in as she walked in. She sat at her desk. As she sat, she was summoned. She said, we can't accept your resignation letter. What position did you say you want? You want a corner office too? Here, take it. The same day, within minutes, she was telling me on the phone, how much do you want to be paid? She doubled it. They said, yeah, we're good to go. And they gave her her job. She became head of risk. She got her corner office and she stayed. But now she does a few years back. So she's left now. I think she's gone back to Romania and so. But she got what she wanted. That was in 6 weeks. It was a mentoring group of finance people, women in finance. So banking and finance. And I was one of the mentors. So I was working with her. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. There are so many times I fall over. Like, how did that happen? It's the power of how you think. So we can't blame anybody. People will be who they are. But how we think and what we want. Something is happening now. Somebody's daughter is upset with her and said, you will never see my grandchildren and you will never see me again. I thought, what did she say? Your daughter say? I said, well, auntie, what you need to start saying is that she's talking with you. Two of you are friends. You get to talk with the grandkids. You're not thinking, rude girl. You behave herself. All these young people, they don't understand. Don't do that. Think about what you want. Otherwise, you get whatever you think. The principle is, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if you are thinking, I'm terrible, that's who you are. If you are thinking, they're talking to me like this, they will keep talking to you like that. It comes out of you. So we have this powerful power, for want of another expression. Like, we are going somewhere to happen. And we make it happen. It doesn't just happen. And we are sitting ducks. Oh, look at what happened. Oh, excuse me. Oh, look at what happened to me. Okay. Oh, look at what happened to me. No, we can't. We are not sitting ducks. And that's why many people don't have enough money, because we accept what we have. You don't create what you want. Create what you want. Live there. Don't live like you are going to get is coming to you. Do your children wait for something to be coming? Do your parents, are you coming? I need this. Yes, I'll send it right away. You have it, send it. You don't say, but with God, we say, oh, it's coming, or with a desire, oh, it's coming. Pardon? It's not coming. It is here now. It exists. It will materialize. As night follows the day, whatever you think will congeal into whatever it is, into the physical form of what you're thinking. Every time it will congeal into the physical form of thought. So watch it, because I fall into it a lot. Oh, look how they're talking. Then I bring myself back. No, they're so kind. They're lovely to me. They're looking for me everywhere. They want to give me the money. They can't wait to give me 100K in dollars. They can't wait to fly me abroad. Oh my goodness, they can't wait to hire me. And I'm living there. I'm not just, it's beyond affirmation, please. It's not by, oh, I will be great. I will be great. I am good. I am good. God bless me. No. It's not by speaking. It's the state of mind. You can't be renewed by just affirming, confessing. What are you thinking of your confession? Are you thinking I am great, or I am not sick, or I am well, and then you feel some pain and you start saying, oh, I'm so sick. No, just maintain what it is in your mind. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. It doesn't need to be longer than that till you learn to live there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Yes, go ahead, Dr. Louisa.
Oh, sorry, Coach Kemi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
Fatima, thank you so much for sharing. Adiola, it's great to have you. I know there was Dr. Alfred. I'm not sure. I think he disconnected or something. I'm not sure. And Winifred, thank you for everyone. I was just going to say something to Fatima. One thing that I want you to always carry at the back of your mind is you cannot outperform your self-worth. Can never. Your self-worth puts a lead on your performance. Why did I say this? You know, when you were speaking, I was listening to you and you actually knew who you were, but there is a disconnect from what you know to what you have accepted. So you know that you are this person, but you have failed to live as that person. I hope it makes sense. You know, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Coach Kemi, I hope it makes sense.
Yes,
okay.
I do.
Yeah.
So when you do know who you are, you move differently. The things that you engage in is very different. The things that you allow them weigh you down is very different, just like what Coach Kemi says. You know, the things that are like trashy talks, you know what I mean? You know, those things don't belong to you. You kind of shake it off and keep it moving. And sometimes people, it might seem like, you could actually confuse people around you. It's like, is she okay? Are you serious? I said that she didn't even move. But you know, like, this is who Fatima is. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what you're doing, but I'm here to deliver, and I am the best person or best thing that happened to the organization. If you have to say that to yourself, you have to say that just to keep you moving. Because the minute that you begin to look down, just like Coach Kemi said, you have created a narrative for yourself. You have created an environment for yourself. You know, because you begin to, just like you said you have got to a place of fear, a place of trembling. Who are they to ask you to tremble? Are you kidding? No. When Fatima knows who she is and the image that she carries, but there is a disconnect. So my only little 2 cents is that image that you know of Fatima, wear it unapologetically. And I'm sure that everybody around you is going to be trembling, not you trembling this time. Over to you, Coach Kemi.
Yep. Thank you so much, Dr. Louisa. Do you have a comeback on that? Fatima. You have a question? I'm happy if you still disagree, that's fine. But just don't keep anything inside. You will find out that you feel freer once you start to think right about yourself and about them. It's so much, that's how I feel. When I just start to think right about people, oh, she said that, she shouldn't have said that to me. And it's just a thought. Why didn't she reply my call? Oh, she must be, stop it. Stop it. Like this evening, I'd ordered a wireless mic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Coach Kemi. Thank you, Dr. Louisa, for the counsel. I really appreciate you people's time for everything you've said. I can't agree less, especially the last part about, yes, I know who I am, but there's that disconnect. I agree. But then that also part about acknowledging what role people play is one thing that I do not want to totally close my eyes to. Because the experience I'm having is that there's someone particularly, there's this thing about leadership, right? Someone is a leader in a particular space, and then so many things falls back to that person. And if that person isn't playing his or her role well, not the person that hears both parties, so there's the person in between me now and the leadership of the organization carries my name round in a bad light. Now the thing is, how am I responsible for the things he goes around saying about me that make them to think that is who I am? And then unfortunately, it's unlike the place that I know we just have an open communication. Nobody even entertains those small talks. And you are in a place, I'm telling you, one person just resigned, the head of operation of the organization, the head of people, operation, and culture. Do you know, like, do you get HR? The head just resigned without a job. He left that place out of how toxic it has become for him. And you know what? During his send forth, everyone was talking about his in-depth kindness, how he loved, how he was sincere with people, how he had the HR thing at the tip of his finger. So what was the problem? So now the same thing, someone somewhere is just, I just sit back, and then before you know it, I had a meeting, like for goodness sake, I with our donors, and then just because, so the practice is my line manager is not comfortable with, if we have a meeting with our donors, he just has to be the only person speaking. So one day, remembering who Fatima is, I spoke. I was like, I shared my idea. These people took their pen. In fact, one said, Fatima, give me your pen. She took down my points and all. Do you know that thing I did became a problem? He went back to tell the CEO. I do not know what he told the CEO. But I know that he kept ranting about why I spoke in that meeting to the point that it came back to my ear. The other person that was in the meeting said, do you know that this guy is uncomfortable with the fact that you spoke in this meeting? And I asked him, can you please give me I said wrong? Is it that I spoke about gender? Is it that I spoke about the possibility of having other gender initiatives to add to what we are doing? What do you think is wrong in this thing that I did? And he said, Fatima, I see nothing wrong, but that is the thing, that is what it is. This is the third time that I came to this office, and this guy has called me to his office to complain to me. It's not everything you say in a meeting. Why would you say that to those people? I do not know. And there's a meeting we are supposed to join. With that meeting, he found a way to tell the CEO that if only I must join that meeting, I'm only going to join as a silent observer. For goodness sake, Fatima came from British Council, who is a donor on itself. I was supervising other organizations. We were the grantors. We have grantees. So it's me now you're telling not to talk to donors. You get the thing? So now in this kind of situation, it's just a place that you're not allowed to grow. I have to tell myself the truth. How much, well, what do I need to do to him to make him, the only thing I would do to allow him see me as, okay, this girl is now, I can now be letting her go here, go there, is the fact that I just go to a place and keep quiet and he be the only person speaking. I should not contribute a thing. So now that's the kind of experience. And then I don't know what he went to tell the CEO about that same meeting. The CEO called me and then started giving me all sorts of feedback without asking me, Fatima, what did you say in that meeting? And I can assure you that thing came from one person because he kept ranting around. Why will I speak in a meeting? Because I have never spoken. The only opportunity I thought, this is an opportunity, let's advocate for more, let's talk about gender. It became an issue. So that's the challenge for me. I think about myself, I think right about, I know that yes, I could do more, but nevertheless, now that there's this obstacle that the only way is not to show myself. I'm telling you, if I'm at peace in that place, is when I just lay low and not seen or felt in any way.
Fatima, you agree with us, but you don't agree. And the part that you're saying is, and you use the word, you say there's this obstacle, there is this person. So you can't have two masters. You're either obeying this person or that person. You are either in agreement, obeying, whatever else you want to call it, the fact that there is an obstacle. You can't have both. It's one or the other. Or you acknowledge, yeah, I know it's the obstacle, but this is the master I'm serving. The master I'm serving is, my mind is pure. There is no other opportunity except good for me. There is no other way I can be treated but kindly. There is no other way I can be talked about but to lift me up to higher levels. But if you say, yeah, I know myself, but there's your mind, you can't have two masters. You just can't. You have to decide which one you are going to serve. Are you going to serve the obstacle? But, oh, they made me. Nobody can make you anything. No one has the power to, except you allow it. Every day, somebody wants to. I know people are saying things about me out there, but I don't care. And I don't focus on it. It's so irrelevant to me. I know where I'm going, what I'm doing, and what I desire. And I work on it. I practice thinking on that. Not, for example, I ordered a wireless mic. I need to start doing some serious recordings. So I need to set up a studio or whatever in the house. So the guy I'm working with says, okay, this kind of wireless mic you should get, blah, blah. The lady I'm working with does the video. So I ordered it in the morning. It was on my to-do list before 11, before 10. I just received it after 7 p.m. I thought, it was paid for. But so I called her. She picked the phone and she puts it down. I thought, immediately my thoughts were, oh, she wants to steal my money. I said, stop it. Your package is on its way. I called again. She didn't pick it. So I sent a message and I could feel my thoughts brewing as I was typing. I don't know. I was about to accuse her. And I said, no, she's doing well. I will soon get my product. She's not a thief. I will soon get my product, period. So I just sent a message. Oh, I don't know why you dropped the phone, but I still have not received my. I'd sent her a text almost an hour before I made the call, which she dropped. So I called it because I looked at it and I said, wait a minute, she hasn't responded. Then I sent it. Then I sent a message after the second call, which she didn't pick. And I said, please, I just want to know what the situation is, because she said I'll get it today. I said, and I haven't got any call from the delivery driver because he said I would. And then she replies me, I'm so sorry. Within 10 minutes, she replies, I'm so sorry. I was trying to reach the delivery driver myself when you called. That's why I had to drop it and I didn't pick it when you called. But he's on his way now. I didn't know he was lost. He didn't know this area. So he was lost. So he will call you don't know who is going to call you, so it's just a number. So he called. All the time I was getting on Facebook trying to connect with everybody, he would call. I have to go to another because I'm using my phone. Oh, no, I won't hear what he's saying. I will call back. He will hardly hear. Then we'll talk a bit. The phone will cut, or he will not hear. We did that 4 times. And they said, I'm confused. I don't know where I am. I don't really know this area. I am here. I explained to him. I had to be shouting. And eventually he got here and I got my package. But if I kept the thinking, they're stealing my money, they will not come tonight. That's how all these Nigerians do. I would not have got it because that's what I would have created. But I maintained it. I said, no, my money is not being stolen. No, my package is coming. It's on its way. It will get here. And I visualized myself going to the gate and getting it. That he would call, I'm at the gate now. He did. And I went to the gate and I picked it up. Normally, I can just call them at the gate, tell him to let me come to the door. I said, I walked there because our house is close to the gate. And I went to pick it up. And he's here with me in my hand. It depends on you. It really, because he could have said, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. And gone back and returned it. I said, I'm not delivering today. And I said to him, I've been waiting since morning. And nobody called. He said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he handed it to me. It depends on what you are in control of your life. No one controls your life. No one can control your life. No one. No one can determine how many. And because you attract it with your thinking, that's the way the world is. We attract what we want with our thoughts. So it's not coincidence. You are the one who either had a desire for it and it came to you. I have a desire to work with CEOs. One came to me. I sent a proposal. I had a desire and I lived in the wish fulfilled, in the desire fulfilled. I wasn't living in, then when I go, then I'll contact the person, then I'll post on Facebook. I just saw myself working with them. I saw me working with the CEO first, then with his team, his employees. I've seen myself fly there, all expenses paid. It's how you live. And you've got to accept that. Because if you are living the way you are doing it now, you're a victim. You are the person that they are just slapping, beating. We don't like it. We're going to press you down. We're going to push you out of that organization. You go on your own terms, not on the terms of toxicity. To be strong is a stronger emotion than toxic. To feel the shame and the stuttering is a weaker emotion than I'm bold, I'm strong, I know what I'm doing. I love you all, and I'm serving to the best of my ability. And as you serve and as you work, you are seeing yourself go over and beyond without effort. Not you go, oh, no hustle, because we are not called to hustle. We are called to labor to enter into his rest, to be at peace, not to, hey, what should I do next? I don't hustle. Another thing is, in my day, I said, oh, I have to do this. And I'm racing in my head. I say, no, calm down. You have time for everything today. Everything will be done at the right time. I'm not rushing. God doesn't rush. Why am I rushing? Oh, if I don't do this, and I calm myself, I say, no. I had to do that many times. I say, no. When I'm ready, I will go and do it. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. When I'm ready, I will go and do it. I have enough time. Today, another thing is when you want to face something, my cursor disappeared on my laptop 2 days ago. So I sat with it for 4 hours and I kept saying, I'll fix it. I fixed it. Cursor came. Opened it the next day, cursor disappeared. I said, no. I said, you've been fixed. You're okay. You're fine. I have a working laptop. Nothing else, nothing's wrong with it. Till I spoke with the guy I worked with. I said this. He said, maybe you need your virus protector. I said, yeah. McAfee reminded me to renew, and I haven't renewed. He said, but there's an even cheaper one I've been using, and everything has been working excellently. He told me what it was, and I put myself, and I started looking for it. But because there's no cursor, I have to find a way to use the keys to navigate on the laptop. So I just opened my mobile phone, asked the question, and it's telling me what keys to press. to pay for it. Life is not hard. Don't make it difficult. I don't care their name. I don't care how many times they say you're not supposed to be, you can't talk, look at her. If you want to be there, be there. But it's how you think about yourself. What position do you want to occupy? That's how you see it, where you see yourself. Not you being promoted and then, no, that's not your business. Do you know how we are? No, all you see is that I'm the CEO, or I'm the CPO, Chief People Officer, or I'm the CIO, Chief Information Officer. Whatever it is you want, literally, whatever it is you want, literally. But I don't know why it's hard for people to believe life is easy. It's not meant to be difficult. And we make it difficult simply by not believing that it is easy. And all you have to do is to think this way, maintain that thought, keep it, and live there. Don't live where you are coming from. Live in the place. Live in your results. See yourself in those results. Period. Nothing different. Nobody can do anything to you. Of course, they will try, but they won't succeed. Only if you let off. So, oh, they're doing to me, and I really want to be promoted. I really want to get this stuff, but the way they're treating me is just, oh, I'm tired. I'm now stuttering. I mean, when did I start to stutter? You don't stutter. You've been talking to us here. You're not stuttering. Then you get into the midst of humans like you and I, and then you're stuttering. For what? It's not their fault. They're sending out bad energy, but their bad energy is always weaker than strong energy. Always good energy. Always weaker. So shame and toxic thoughts and guilt, those are weak. But when you come in, I have it in my notes, I was learning from somebody, when you come in and you are enthusiastic, you are full of excitement, there's a list that this guy and I wrote it, yeah, you are at peace, love is oozing through you. You are willing, you've accepted that those things are more powerful than shame and guilt and apathy and grief and fear and a desire for, oh, can't it be better, and anger. You don't have time for those things. Are weak. They contract you, they put you in prison. I cannot do this. I can't. What? Once you start to think right and you embrace that principle, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. You are home free. You are home free. I actually have a meeting at 8:30. I just remembered.
Thank you so much, Coach Kemi. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. I get it. I get it. Absolutely, I do.
Yes. Please get it. Because nobody's going to kick you out, girl. Adiola, do you have any last words, Dr. Louisa? Yeah, yeah.
No last words. Thank you.
Has that been useful, though?
Yeah, I just sort of reflect.
Okay.
My own, yeah. So
I was
good.
hoping to hear from Adiola.
No. Look, the issue is, I'm still of the view that, like Coach Kemi says, don't accept it. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. If they must walk away, let them walk away. But don't settle. Correct. Because it is what you project. Yep. It is how you project yourself that they will take you. If you settle for less, they will take you that way.
Yeah. And settle for, look at how they are treating me. They will keep treating you that way.
No, the victim mentality doesn't work. I don't do victim mentality. I don't. Anywhere that I have worked. I mean, I have a situation at the moment and I am not playing the victim. So, and I say to them, you know what? I am not afraid of you guys. I am not. Okay? Even though I know the risk. I know the risk of being a whistleblower, but I'm not afraid of you because it's not in your hands.
but you do not see it as risk. Don't even see it as risk.
Yeah.
If you see it as risk, it will be risk.
Yeah.
See it as,
yeah.
I've done my thing. This is favoring me.
See it as what?
But actually, even the person you've blown the whistle on, it is favoring that person too. They just don't know. But if you keep thinking that way, it's favoring you. It's favoring
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
that will
Yeah.
pervade everywhere. Evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Righteousness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you just to be transformed is just notice all the thoughts at every stage.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
this good, it's lovely, is this
Yeah.
unbearable? Then we're not thinking that way.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. I will post this in the group later tonight.
Thanks. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Louisa. Thank you, Fatima. You made this exciting.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You made my day. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, Lisa. Hey, need to end this.